morning students. Yes, we have started with the 9th standard lesson, that is matter around us pure? So in this we have started with the discussion, the meaning of the pure substance, the substances which are made up of only one kind of atoms, right? So in the pure substances comes elements and compounds, and there is one more type of the substance which comes under matter, that is mixture, right? So mixture nothing but combination of two or more things, but how they have combined? Physically they have combined with each other. So that substance we are going to call it as a mixture. So hope you remember students, mixture we divided as a two types, homogeneous and heterogeneous. So if you take the homogeneous mixture, we have discussed with the solutions. So you cannot distinguish the constituents, indistinguishable. So we called it as a true solution. Now coming to the heterogeneous mixture. What is heterogeneous mixture? Heterogeneous mixture in the sense where you can distinguish the constituents in the mixture, right? So those are called as the heterogeneous. So under heterogeneous we are going to discuss with the suspensions and the colloids. So today in our class we are going to discuss the meaning of suspension, examples, properties, followed by the colloids. This we are going to discuss today. So let us start with the first one, that is suspensions. What do you mean by suspension? Take the example students. We are going to take one beaker, fill it with the water, and in this water you are going to put the sand particles you are going to put it. Okay. If you put the sand particles in this and stir it well, do you find that these particles will dissolve with the water? No. If you keep this mixture undisturbed for some time, you can get all these sand particles at the bottom of this container, right? And if you want, by the physical method like filtration, you can separate the water and these sand particles, right? Yes, we can separate. So this type of mixtures, heterogeneous, see these are not combined. These are not indistinguishable, they are distinguishable. You can see the water with the sand particles. If you take the chalk powder in the water, it is distinguishable. You can see chalk powder and the water, right? So such a mixtures are called as the suspension. Hope you are understanding students. So what do you mean by suspension? Take down. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the small particles of a solid are spread throughout a liquid without dissolving in it. Example, sand particles in water, chalk powder in water, muddy water, milk of magnesia. In the previous class we have discussed what is milk of magnesia. Hope you remember. Even it is one of the suspension. Okay students? Right. Next heading, properties of a suspension. First one, suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. What is you mean by hetero? Different. See, we can see the water as well as the sand particles. particles. So it comes under heterogeneous mixture. For solutions, we discussed the example of salt solution or sugar solution. Can you distinguish salt like sand particles? No. So that is called as homogeneous mixture, and this is called as heterogeneous mixture. Okay. So the first property is a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Second one, the size of solute particles. Which are the solute particles? Now in this example, sand are the solute particles. So size of the solute particles is quite large. It is larger than 100 nanometer in diameter. It is larger than 100 nanometer in diameter. Next property. The particles of a suspension can be seen easily. We can see the sand particles, right? So can be seen easily. Next one. Suspension can be separated by the physical method like filtration. It can be separated by the physical method like filtration. Next one. See students, you are going to take one torch, okay, and you are going to pass a beam of light. So what happens now if you pass a beam of light? Yes, it will scatter and you can observe the light. Why it will scatter? Because the solute particles are quite larger in size, so they will settle down at the bottom, or maybe they are quite larger. That is what you find scattering of a beam of light through the suspension. Okay, so this property we didn't find in case of true solutions. Hope you remember, right? Take down. A suspension scatters. A beam of light passing through it. A beam of light passing through it. Yes, these are all called as the properties of suspension. Okay students, hope you are following. Yes, coming to the next one, third one, that is colloids. What are colloids? See students, let me give you 3 examples. This is one beaker where you have prepared salt solution. How you are going to prepare salt solution? You took the water, you put the salt, stir it well, it will dissolve. So you cannot see the solute particles which are equally distributed in this. So we are going to call this as a true solution. Right? Take one more example. Just now what we have discussed. You took the water, put the sand or mud in this. What happens? Those particles are quite larger and you can see in the water and they will settle down. Right? So these are distinguishable. So we called it as suspension. Hope you are understanding. So that is called as the solution and the suspension. Now take another beaker. Okay. Fill it with the water. Yes, I filled it with the water and put the soap. Okay. You put it in this. Now what happens, students, tell me? You feel like the soap particles are completely combined with the water, like that you feel. Okay, but not. They have not completely dissolved in the water. Okay, just they have combined with the water. That is what, if you see observe under microscope, you can see the particles of the soap. You can see the particles of the soap. Means what happened? This solution looks like true solution but not. Means it is not a homogeneous mixture. It is a heterogeneous mixture. But the particles are not so large like suspension. They are not so small like true solution. Intermediate stage. Intermediate stage. See, size of the true solutions, what we said? Less than 1 nanometer we said. These are quite large. They are nearly 100 nanometer. Here what happens? These are not 1 nanometer but not large like 100 nanometer. Intermediate stage, in between. If you see, you feel like it is a true solution. If you take the particles, observe under microscope, they have not dissolved in the water. They are there in the water. Right? But not so large like suspension. That is what this type of the solutions we are going to call them as colloids. Can you understand, students? Milk. We are going to call the milk as one of the colloid. See, if you take the milk, it is having the water, it is having the fat, molecules, proteins, such things are there. But can you see? No. Are they dissolved with the milk and water? No, they are there. So that is the intermediate stage of solution and the suspension. That stage we are going to call it as a colloid. Hope you are understanding, students. If you keep this solution as it is for some time, they will not settle down like a suspension, but they are not completely dissolved like a solution. You have to observe under microscope to see those particles. So that time we find one other mixture that is called as colloid. Okay. So if you take the light torch and pass through this, what happens? In the true solution, what happens, students? These solute particles are completely dissolved. So you cannot see the passing of a beam of light. Here they are quite large. You can see passing of the beam of light. Here what happens? They are intermediate stage, not dissolved, not suspended. Okay, but the size of the solute particles is very small, right? Sorry, that is what we can see the passing of a beam of light through this mixture. We can observe the passing of a beam of light through this mixture. Okay, in all the three conditions we have discussed this passing of a beam of light, students, right? So what is this called? This is called Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. What is Tyndall effect? Passing of beam of light through the colloids. It is called as the Tyndall effect. So this Tyndall effect we observe in case of colloids, even in case of the suspension, but not in true solutions. Hope you are understanding the meaning of colloids, students. Examples like soap solution, starch solution, it may be the milk, it may be our blood. See, blood having the cells, but those are not soluble, but you cannot see them like suspension. They are there. If you observe under microscope, it is visible, right? So basically this mixture is heterogeneous, but when you see, it looks like homogeneous, so don't get confused, right? So the example of the blood, so these are all the examples for colloids. Take down the definition, students. A colloid is a kind of solution in which the size of solute particles, is intermediate between those in true solutions and those in suspensions. I think you are able to write the properties of the colloids now. These are heterogeneous, the first one. You form the sentence and write, students, as I said about solutions and suspensions. One time just I will say. So these are heterogeneous but appears like a homogeneous mixture. One more property what you can write. The size is not small like suspension like less than 1 nanometer, but not the 100 nanometer intermediate stage of the particles we find. Okay, if you want to observe the particles of the colloids, you have to use the microscope. Okay, that too not the normal microscope, the electron microscope only we have to use. Next, if you take the colloidal solution and try to filter, can you separate the solute and solvent, students? No, you cannot use the filtration method. So they cannot separate by filtration, but we can find the Tyndall effect. What is Tyndall effect? Passing of beam of light through the colloids is called as the Tyndall effect. So Tyndall effect can be seen with the colloids, right? So these are all the properties of the colloids. So coming to the next one, students, that is classification of the colloids. Classification of colloids. First one, how to classify? See, what we find, one is dispersed phase. Hope you know, dispersed phase means solutes. Solutes we are going to call it as dispersed phase. What do you find? One more, dispersion medium. Dispersion medium. What is dispersion medium, students? That is the it may be any type of the solvent called as dispersion medium. And for this we are going to write the examples here. Till examples, can you able to see the column? Okay. First one. Dispersed phase. See, students, why we are making classification of the colloids means the dispersed phase, it may be solid, liquid and gas. Not compulsory that it would be solid. Coming to the dispersion medium, not always like in the water only you are going to dissolve something, not like that. It may be solid, liquid and gas. That is what we are making the classification of the colloids. Okay, the first one, dispersed phase is solid and dispersion medium is liquid. Means in the water you are going to put something which is solid, like that. What example you can give? It may be the soap solution, starch solution. Those examples you can give. If the dispersed phase is a solid and dispersion medium is a liquid, then we are going to call that type of the colloid as the sol. Name of that colloid is sol. So what heading I can give to that column? That is names of colloids or types of colloids. Types of colloids. Okay, students, the first is solid phase, liquid, medium. Hope you are understanding. Second one is solid. Means what? Solid phase in solid medium. Here you are not going to take the water. It is also a solid. And solute what you are going to put is also a solid. Right? So this type of colloids are called as solid soul. These are called solid soul, they are called. Best example for the solid soul is colored gemstones. Colored, can you see this? Okay, colored gemstones. Red color, green color, blue color, violet color, different colored stones will come, no? So in that type of the stones, we are going to call them as a solid soul, where phase is solid and medium is also a solid. Okay, next one, aerosol. Next type of colloid is aerosol. Aerosol means it is having solid phase and a gas medium. Solid phase with a gas medium, example like a smoke. Example like a smoke. Okay, they are dispersed in the atmosphere. So many types of the particles will be there. So they are solid. They are dispersing in the atmosphere. So that is gaseous medium. One more, that is also called as aerosol. One more type of a colloid you find, that is also called aerosol. The phase is liquid phase in the gas medium. Liquid phase in gas medium. Example like clouds, liquid. See clouds how they will form? Evaporation of the water. Evaporation of the water, nothing but liquid state. Okay, it is converted into gaseous. So basically water. So where it has dispersed in the atmosphere, gas, right? So it is an example like a clouds. It may be the fog. So these are all the examples for another type of aerosol. Next one, foam. Foam. The dispersed phase is gas, medium is liquid. Till here, can you see, students? Okay. Gas with a liquid. Gas with a liquid, example like shaving cream. Or it may be the examples like a foam. So these are all the examples. Next, solid foam. Where to write, students? Can I have the first one? Okay. Another two are there. Okay. Next one is solid foam. With the name also you can say solid foam, nothing but the gas which is dispersed in solid medium. The gas which is dispersed in solid medium. Example like sponge. Sponge is the best example. Students, you know the sponge, okay? So which is a solid but filled with a gas. Okay, so gas is the solvent where it is going to dissolve in the solid medium, right? So, example like a sponge. Next one, gel. Next type of colloid, that is gel. Solid phase with a liquid medium. Solid phase with a liquid medium. Example, hair gel. Hair gel, what you will apply to the hair? It may be the jellies, so they are all solid with a liquid. Students, one more type is there, that is emulsion. Emulsion, can I have here? medium. Example, milk, butter, both are liquid solute and liquid solvent. So milk, butter, these are all the examples. So like this we find the types in the colloids. They are all named with a different, like sol, aerosol, emulsion, foam, gel, with their different names. How they have given the different names? Based on their dispersed phase, that is what is the solute, and in what they have dissolved, that is the solvent. Okay, and these are one example for those types of colloids. Okay students, hope you are understanding. Yes, take down today's home assignment. First question, define the following terms. First one, suspension. Second one, colloids. Third one, Tyndall effect. Second question, write the properties of colloids. Third question, write the classification of a colloids. Classification of colloids means this full chart you have to write, students. Name of the colloids, phase, medium, and the examples. Okay, hope you are understanding, students. We will continue in our next class. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.